3 tips when you're building a quiz that will help you, 1, maintain that flow easier down the road, and 2 is to give the subscriber a better experience. I'm going to show you that, and I'm going to show you that now.
We'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number.
All right, let's get rocking and rolling here. What we're going to do is, first, we're going to create a quiz, and I'm going to show you how to total the quiz results up in ManyChat. So we're going to go into here, call it quiz, and go into flow, and we're going to say, ready for the hockey quiz, Jeff. And I'm going to ask him a question there, and then we're going to say, yep. There we go. And so we're going to move that over, and then now we're going to put the questions out there. Just going to get rid of that. User input. Let's see, I'm just going to say, is there a green line in hockey? And we're going to, I'm going to change this to a multi-choice. I'm going to say yes. And say no. The field I'm going to grab, let's see, A1 question. It's a text field. So we're going to put yes or no in the text field. And I'm just going to publish that, make sure everything's okay. That's good. And we're going to create an action. And actually, no. First, we're going to come off of here, and we're going to do a condition. We're going to say is A1 is yes. Let's move all this over. So now we're going to say yes it is. So they put yes, and it's yes. So we're not going to, actually, we're going to cancel that. And here's one tip. Here's one of the few tips that I'm going to give during this process is that you do not have to have a yes and a no on a condition. There's something that is, you're able to do one-sided conditions in ManyChat. So I don't know if you knew that. That's one of the tips of this video today, is you can do just a one-sided. So if it's yes, let's say we're going to do 0. If they're wrong with the question, we're going to give them a 0. If they're right with the question, we're going to give them a 5. So is question equal is yes? Well, that's wrong because there is no green line in hockey. So we're going to say no, and we're going to do an action, and we're going to set a field A1 value, and we're going to increase it by 5. And one of the things you can do, actually what I'm going to do here, is because then we don't have to use that, we're going to do a condition out here, no, an action. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear A1. I'm going to clear A2, and I'm going to clear A3. So they're all zeroed out. And actually, I'm going to zero out the total as well. And that is right here, a total. And we're going to move the starting point over there. So starting a quiz, you're going to total up and see if they know what the heck they're talking about in hockey. And there's going to be yes and no questions, and we're just going to give them a value. And so we're going to clear all the fields we're using within the quiz. We're going to ask them the first question. I'll ask them if they're ready. Ask them the first question. First question would be, once they're done, they're going to answer. And if its answer is yes, then we're not going to do anything. If the answer is no, then they're right. We're going to increase the total for question 1 to 5. Then we're going to, so if that ends there, now that's the only thing. Building it this way, it kind of dead ends. Depending on, I mean, we can continue off of this, but if they're not right, then you'd have to probably condition. In some situations, and that's what I want to point out, is that you can do this. You can have a one-sided condition. I can publish it, and it says everything is fine. So that is one tip. So in some situations, you may not need to do anything on the yes or no side of a condition, and you don't have to. You can still actually build it. In this situation, we want to go to question number 2. And so we're here. I'm already doing an auto continue to this condition once they answer. And then I can continue off of here, but I need to continue here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a message. And this message is going to be for question number 2. And we're going to change this to multi. And we're going to pick a 2-question answer question there. So we're going to ask them, let's see, is there 3 nets? Oh, here we go. Is a hat trick 3 goals in a game? Oops. Goals in a game. And we got multiple choice. So we're going to go, yep. Yes. Let's say yes to keep that consistent. And no. So here we're going to do the same thing. We're going to drop down out of there. We're going to go to the next step, and we're going to do a condition. And the condition is going to be, is this yes? And if it's yes, we want to give them points. So we're going to set a custom field. And we're going to grab this one, and we're going to increase by 5. But we're going to go back to this right here, because if it's yes, obviously we're not going to add anything to their total, but we want them to go to the second question. So it's going to go straight to the question. And then we're going to do here, we're going to go another question. And we're going to get rid of that. And we're going to go user input. And then we're going to multi-choice. And we're going to store that in question 3. And the third question is there 4 periods in a hockey game? I'm going to say yes. And we're going to say no. Then we're going to do a continue, and then we're going to go to a condition, and we're going to go there. And we're going to do the condition is, question 3 is yes. Oh gosh, arrange that. And if it's yes, so is there 4 periods in a hockey game? No, there's not. So if they did answer no, they're correct. And so we're going to end up setting the custom field. Value number 3, we're going to increase it. Actually, you could just set it to 5. Duh. So you could do it either way, set it to 5. I'm not totally up in this field, so we could do it that way. And you could run a total. You know, I'm just looking back at this. There's a couple ways you could do this. You could actually use a total field. But let's say you wanted to know their score on each question. You wouldn't know that if you used a total field for every question. And let's say you just kept on adding to one total field. This way, you're going to know which questions they got wrong and which questions they got right by going to see if they got a value of 5 or a value of 0. So like I said, you can do this a couple different ways. I like to do it this way because now you can go back, no matter what quiz you're doing, you can go back and see which questions they got wrong. And let's say you want to say, hey, you got question number 1 and number 5 and number 8 wrong. These are the correct answers. And so you'd be able to do that. Granted, you could tag it. So there's many different ways to do these things. I'm just showing you one way of doing it. And so once they're done, okay, actually can do it here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set that to 5. And now we're going to have another action that's going to set a custom field. It's going to be the total. And we're going to use a custom formula. And so here what we're going to do is we're going to say a 1 value plus a 2 value plus a 3 value. So now, once we incremented that, we're going to get a total. And, I'm going to delete this one. Because what we need to do is I need to do another action that this other stuff can get to. So we're going to set that. We're going to set this total with a custom formula. And we're going to go a 1 value plus a 2 value plus a 3 value. I did that because I have to bring it over here to that one. So we want to continue that. Same thing with this one because they answered it wrong. We still want them to go to the next question. So we just publish that to make sure we don't have any errors. No, we don't. And now we have the total. And then you could say, hey, Jeff, here is your score. Total. And then you can do a total. 0. Don't know shit about hockey. 5. You are a beginner. in hockey. And you might enjoy the game now. And 15, Master of Hockey. There you go. So it kind of gives them a summary. So let's publish that. Let's preview it and see what happens. Love doing these things just on the fly. Are you ready for hockey quiz? Yes, I am. Is there a green line in hockey? No. Is a hat trick 3 goals in a game? Yes. Is there 4 periods in a hockey game? No. Yes. Hey, Jeff, here's your score, 15. I'm a master of hockey. Let's run that again. Let's preview it. Yep, I'm ready for the quiz. Is there a green line? Yeah, there is. Is it? No, I don't think so. Hat trick's not 3 goals, which it is. Is there 4 periods in it? No, there's not. Oh, something happened there. What did I do wrong? Because basically there was no 4 periods. Oh, is there 4 periods? Oh, I said no. Okay, I got 5. Never mind. That worked. So I'm a beginner. I'm like, what? So if I do it one more time and just say yes, and I'm going to say yes, there is. No, it's not. And yeah, there's 4 periods. So I should get a 0, big fat 0. All right. So that's the quiz bot that you can actually, total up as you go. You can always go back. If I go into audience, you're going to see, I think that I have like nothing in there. A1 totals, yes, 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 no, yes. You can see what I answered. And if you go to the totals, where'd they go? Here's the questions. Oh, my total is 0. Oh, they're probably not here because I cleared them out. So they are 0. But you can kind of see, if you went back to the score on each question, you could see which one they got wrong. You could do a little more, flows on around that and messages around that. So the second part, so we covered how to total up a quiz very easily. I showed you that actually on a condition that you don't have to have a yes and a no end goal. You can have 1 and just do 1. In this case, I had to do 2 because I had to keep the questions going. But if you have a situation where you just want to end it, it doesn't matter, and you're just kind of doing something in the background, like we were just adding up a total, you could just do the yes or the no on the condition. And now the third tip I'm going to show you is we're just going to go into a flow, and we're going to, I'm just going to go back into quiz right now. I'm just going to add another message. And I want to show you something kind of cool. So let's say we are doing, actually, we could do it here. Let's go to this question here. Now, this is a multi-choice. So let's say we just had another option, neither. And it's really cool that you can do this. You can move these around. I'm going to move neither to the first spot. I'm going to move yes to the last spot. So now you can actually drag these and put them where you want them without having to redo them and deleting them and adding them. I used to do that way, and I discovered this as like, wow, you can move them around. And I wanted to show you also with cards in the gallery. I'm just going to do test. There we go. Test 2. What am I missing? You at least one card, subfield, image, or button. Subtitle, I'm just going to do test on there. And I'm going to do test on there. All right, come on. And I'm going to put a test 3. I'm just going to test 3. So there you go. We have 3 cards. Now what you can do is I can move these cards around. If I want to move number 1 to the 3rd, now number 2 is first, number 3 is second, and number 1 is last. So you can move these around the way you want them. So I just wanted to show you that you know, once you create this flow, and let's say down the road you want to add another quick reply, or you want to add another card to a gallery, you can do that and then just move them around. If you wanted to move it to the first, you know, another idea from the business owner, whatever. So it's a great tip that you don't have to recreate something. You can just move them around. So hopefully you enjoyed this week's video. And if you have any questions, let me know. Well, that concludes our video for today on how to put together a quiz that's easy to maintain down the road, but also to give your subscriber a great experience in Messenger. We talked about how to tally up, or actually create totals or scores on each question, and then total that up at the end so that you can kind of rate them at the end and where they're at, but also be able to tell which questions they got wrong, which questions they got right, without using tags, but just looking at the fields and the score on each question. Also, how a condition can be one-sided. You can have a yes or a no and still publish it. You don't have to have both sides. And third is how you can move the quick replies and the cards around and making it easier for you to maintain and adding to it later. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, please post them down below. Happy to answer them. As always, like the video, share it across the world, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. Also, click the little bell on top so that you get notification when I do upload a new video. Down in the description, got a great course on basically the ManyChat toolbox is on the APIs and how to program and bring external data into your Messenger and create a great experience for your subscribers. As always, have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video.